Welcome to What the It's like CSI Miami, if by CSI you mean BDSM. I'm your host and talking GIMP for your evening, Jim 2. Before we meet tonight's cutting edge and provocative issues, let's meet our STEAM panel, starting with the seat farthest from me. It's writer and suburban squirrel Teresa Condon. She's cuter than kittens disemboweling chicks and ducklings, and that's so cute it's disgusting. Next to her, it's former midget cage fighting champion and Starbucks and Pete's barista. It's James Ilg. If laughter was a balloon, teenage girls would blow him in the school gymnasium just before the homecoming dance. In the middle chair, it's nurse and fellow suburban squirrel Frankie J. If penetrating insight was a Sudoku puzzle, commuters would do her on the BART train. Finally, it's salesman extraordinaire and designated repulsive panelist Scott Birch. Stalkers get restraining orders on him. Issue number 1. If the sign says no, does it make you want to go? Scientists have found that no smoking signs may actually increase the desire to light up. Subconsciously, people react to the signs by thinking of and then wanting cigarettes. Oxford University researcher Brian Earp showed smokers pictures, some with no smoking signs in them, and others with the signs edited out. The volunteers then underwent a joystick test, looking at their reactions to a series of images. Participants who had seen the pictures with the no smoking signs were more drawn to smoking related images such as ashtrays and cigarettes. For an illustration of this concept, we turn to Smoker Kitty. I think that's the new Joe Camel. Don't ever come between Smoker Kitty and a cigarette. All right, I'm going to start with you, James. You buy this?
Kitten smoking?
No,
that's
the
nice.
signs. No smoking signs making you want to smoke.
Yeah, they. Well, if you recall, they did a similar thing back in Amsterdam, like a long time ago. But instead of with cigarettes, they had a no syringe, sign. And now look at where they are.
Oh,
okay.
That's very
Frankie,
interesting.
buying this or not buying this?
Well, I think that's very interesting. But for me, the no smoking sign always denotes that they don't care if you smoke. It's just you don't smoke in that particular area. So I don't see how that would deter a smoker. So it hasn't so far.
Well, if you're in the particular area, then you're more likely to want to smoke in that area than if you were just there and you didn't see the sign.
Kind of like wet paint, and you want to go up and touch it.
Is that what? That's you?
Oh, yeah. Oh, jeez. I left my fingerprints again, huh?
There you go.
Sorry.
Teresa, you buying this or not buying it?
Yeah, I'm totally buying this. I was thinking of ways I could turn this to my advantage, of course. I was thinking, for some reason, about donuts. And I would start a donut shop. And right next to the door, I'd put a stop sign with a donut on it and a cross through it. So as soon as people walk by, they'd see a donut. And even if they weren't thinking of donuts before, all of a sudden they'd be craving a donut. And guess what will be right there? My donut store.
Would you call it Donut Nazi? Or would you be known as the Donut Nazi?
Donuts and Nazis don't really go together.
But no donuts for you? Come on.
No, lots of donuts for you.
Oh, okay. I guess she was too young for the Seinfeld.
I guess I was. I do know what Seinfeld is, though, guys. The reruns. I've seen reruns.
Okay. Scott, you buying this? You're not buying this?
I'm buying this, but I'm buying it for different reasons. Every time I see like a no smoking sign or no parking sign, to me all it says is that there is some sanctimonious bastard trying to stop me from doing something I might want to do. As a matter of fact, I don't smoke, but every time I see one of those signs, it makes me want to smoke.
Wait a minute. You did notice that they repainted the green room from the last time you were here, right? Okay. Did you notice the sign that said "No smearing feces on the wall"?
Why do you think I did it?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't have a choice.
Why do you think you didn't tape last month?
I didn't. That's why you know my ninja name is Who Flung Poo. So,
That's why I saw the no dumping sign.
That's right.
That's right.
Yeah, no, I mean,
After
someone's,
the-
they don't want you to smoke, they don't want you to drive, they want you to park, don't talk on your cell phone, don't do this, don't do that. I mean, at some point, come on, man, you're going to micromanage my life that much? So, yeah, no, it makes me want to start smoking.
All right. Frankie, I'll start with you for the next question. If this is true, what other signs that you see might have a similar effect that might be amusing
That might be amusing.
or scary?
Yeah.
Or profound.
I like the ones that say no jumping on these giant bridges.
Oh.
Or road closed. So it makes you just want to drive right on through. What do you mean, road closed?
Do they actually have no jumping signs at the bridges here in the Bay Area?
I don't know. I have no idea. But I'll bet somewhere in the world there's a bridge that has no jumping on it.
James, do you think of any signs that would possibly, have an interesting effect if this effect is true?
If you want the reverse effect to happen, let's see. How about no lushes?
No lushes, okay.
How about
No. Signs that are actually exist.
No hot. Oh, sorry.
You're jumping my next question. So.
No jumping to the next question. Okay.
There you go. No jumping to the next. I like that. Anything?
Let's see. Well, I always like the word yield.
Well, no, I think any symbol. Yeah, but I think any symbol that denotes a certain amount of irony to me, I think is great. When you have like 7-Eleven that's open 24 hours, yet there's locks on doors.
It's true.
You know what I mean? That old thing where it's like why do we drive on parkways and park on driveways?
Like no littering signs. Would they have the interesting effect?
Yeah, it just makes me want to throw trash everywhere.
Or like a drug-free zone?
Yeah, you always want to do the opposite
Okay.
of whatever's there.
Free drugs?
Free drugs, yeah, really.
That's
Spray hairspray on everything.
All right. So Teresa has her donut sign. Now you're jumping to my next question, James. What signs could you make that would take advantage of this effect?
For a donut sign?
Yeah.
How about-
In addition to the donut sign, what else can you think of? Teresa, can you think of anything else besides your donut idea?
Basically anything. I don't.
No hot girls allowed.
See, there's one.
Yeah. Hey, that was mine, man. You can have your no masturbation sign over there.
Yeah, but see there. Yeah, but then I think at that point, I think your primal urge to do so, kind of overtakes the sign. Like the sign is only so powerful.
So my theory would be to send a restraining order to someone really, like a hot member of the opposite sex that I'm interested in. Like, you will not go out with Jim 2. You will not, you will not pleasure him. You will not do anything.
They already had an APP bulletin on that. Everyone else, you're off. You're off limits.
Yeah, that doesn't have the reverse effect. Okay, so we're on to issue number 2. Do you take your business call while you're in a bathroom stall? In a poll conducted for mobile services provider Gradwell, revealed that 1/3 of employees have taken a business call while they sat on the toilet. 1 in 7 admitted to answering their work phone while in bed with their partner or a date. Employees most likely to take inappropriate calls here were in their 50s and 60s and more likely to be men. But you know who won't be taking any calls? This guy. Well, do not call him, or just leave a voicemail because he's not a happy kitty. He's not happy kitty. But anyways, Scott, I'm going to ask you the first question. Does 1/3 seem to be too high or too low?
Way too low.
Way too low?
Way too low. Absolutely, too low.
Do you take calls while you're on the can?
Yeah, I go to the can just to take calls. That's the only time. I mean, come on. Here's the thing. With everything going as crazy as it is in life, people bothering you and everything else. I mean, honestly, like, if you are a married man above the age of 35, the only place you can go for peace and quiet is the bathroom.
All right, but you're actually sitting on the can as opposed to just in the bathroom.
Well, I'm going to sit on the can. I mean, the problem is, I'm compelled. When I go into the bathroom, I'm compelled to do something that has to deal with a throne. I don't have a choice in that.
Again, with the no smearing feces on the wall sign, too, right?
Well, I'm trying to not smear feces on the wall, which I'm trying to go to the can. So,
Okay.
no, I'll go to the bathroom just to take a call.
Do you take any particular types of calls while you're on the can?
Yeah, so that's the great thing about the mute function, because, like, if you're really trying to pound it out, you know what I mean? You can just mute it real quick, get your grunts in, unmute it, and go back to the phone call.
Okay, so it's like, excuse me. Okay.
Not even excuse me. I'll just let them get to a point where they're talking, and you just time it. You time it, it's what I call my scat timer, and I get it ready to go, and then when they're, kind of bombarding me with words, let it drop, unmute it, go back to talking.
Teresa, 1/3 too high or too low?
I agree with Scott. That sounds a little low. I personally do not use the telephone in the bathroom, but I know lots of people that do. I have made many calls that have been picked up, and you hear distinct sounds in the background, and you're like, are you in the bathroom? And they're like, of course. Why not? So yes, I believe.
But are they just
I agree
are
with
they
Scott.
just in the bathroom, at the
They
sink,
make
or are they on the
distinct.
toilet?
There are distinct sounds that lead me to believe they're busy. They're multitasking in the bathroom.
Sound of running water or just the grunting? Okay.
Why do you have to make the same sounds as you?
No, I mean flushing and stuff. Like sink, hand washing, things like that.
James.
Usually not too graphic.
Go to you. Too high or too low?
It's probably too low, only because I don't think it's I don't think it's all about being in the bathroom while you're taking a call. But this study was also about just being anywhere else, other than at work. So in that respect, it's fine. As far as the bathroom noises, though, the toilet sound is pretty universal.
Okay. All right, then Frankie, let me move on to the next issue for you. About the 1/3 of the folks who take phone calls while they're in bed. Too high or too low?
Probably. Well, I have no idea since. We could probably too low.
Okay.
Because one of the things that happens is if you take too long for lunch because you're at home having a quickie, you need to have on you need to have on your telephone an office app noise so that you can
like a distinct ringtone.
Exactly.
For
so
your business versus personal calls.
You know exactly, there's phones ringing in the background, people are talking in the background, but you're still enjoying a wonderful moment of pleasure.
Okay, so then if for the folks who are taking work calls while they're in bed, Bluetooth headset or not Bluetooth headset?
I don't know what
hands-free?
Yeah, I know what they are. I just
As opposed to smoke signals you used to lay out to talk to somebody.
Definitely Bluetooth, because you always want to do hands.
Why would your teeth be blue? Why aren't you brushing your teeth, Jim?
So you're more of a hands-on person, right?
Absolutely.
Are you hands-free or hands-on, James?
Hands-on, yeah.
All right. Right. I'll leave you two guys alone since we just got to the break. Hippies or hobos? Who makes for better speed bumps? Teresa Condon will share with us her observations of after test driving the Army's new Humvee after our next break. Issue number 3. Is it pantomime or bump and grind? Is it doing the Humpty Dumpty when you're in the Dumpty Dumpties? The city of Milwaukee held the Air Sex World Championship during the first week of May. Organizers say the event is a bit like karaoke, but instead of singing, performers take the stage fully clothed and put on their best sex moves with an imaginary partner. Sounds like my typical Friday night. Yeah? Enthusiasts say air sex events draw a diverse crowd, men and women, young and old, gay and straight. For those too shy to take the stage, spectators play a pivotal role in selecting the Air Sex Master. Air Sex Master, I like that. Although the panel of the judges narrows the field down to the final 3, the overall winner is determined by audience applause. Kind of like American Idol, but for fake sex. You might think this is sad, but think of the alternatives.
Final call for passengers of Air France and Delta Airlines flight AF1383 to Paris Gate D9.
Things to do on a layover, I guess. Okay. All right, I'm going to start with you, Frankie. Is this something you would go to or not go to?
Oh, it's definitely something I would love to go to. Maybe not as a participant the first time, but the second time after I got a taste for the props that you could bring, the music, and the costumes. Wahoo!
You know they want to make this an Olympic event. Would you go for it? Would you,
Absolutely, man. Oh, especially if I could bring my produce.
Oh, there you go. Oh, okay. Well, that's I don't know if I'll have to think of that, but James, something you go to or not go to?
Yeah, well, I did notice that they're having it during the month of May, which, as you may recall, is masturbation month. So I think they got a good call going on there. But seriously, yeah,
But seriously.
this is kind of a silly thing. It's more like guys who can't do it, do it with air, and girls who won't do it will do it, air style.
Hey, it's almost like Match.com for people who you don't get any, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Could be, huh?
Teresa, something you go to or not go to?
James, I take offense at your "this is a silly thing" comment. My medal is on my fridge right now. And if there is an Olympic team in the future, you can be sure I will be there.
Gold, silver, or bronze?
Go for the gold, always.
Well, but what's the medal on your fridge door?
Because it's for the air sex championship.
Yeah, is your
It's
medal
made out of
is the
air.
medal-
Got
is
it.
the me- oh, is it air?
It's made out of air.
It's made out of air. I like that. I thought it was a magnet, but you can't make magnet out of air, can you? There you go. All right. Let's see here. Then I guess the next question, then Teresa's already answered my next question. She's like psychic. But James, would you compete?
Would I compete? Well, sure. Why not? Have a nice. Would have to find the right prop, though, I guess. Not produce.
I suggest beach balls.
You just took away like half your show, dude.
Barnyard animal.
Yeah. What do you think, Scott?
I think you guys are all crazy pants. Okay, so essentially what this is basically winning medals. I guess best guy, best girl. Best guy, you might as well name the medal. I am a 2-pump chump, so I do not do it with real women. Exactly. And the women's medal should be named I am an absolute friggin' tease, and this is I just like to pretend.
Exactly.
It does say that,
Yes.
yeah.
But I'm sorry, but I'm
Exactly.
I don't know if I want to see what people look like if they're actually. Because I don't think anyone looks pretty. Because all this is just squinted faces, squinted mouth, just grinding it out. You know what I mean? I don't know. I think there's people who are either afraid of sex or don't like sex, or or in James's case, 2-pump chumps. That's what I have to go with.
All right, Scott. I'll just leave you with the last exit question. Air sex or sex with a partner? Pros and cons of both. Go.
Pros and cons of air sex is no one says, "Is that it?" And pros and sex, and pros of of having sex with an actual partner is you actually have to have sex. So, I don't know. It's just
It's a toss-up.
Okay.
well, it's not a toss up for me. I want real sex. I don't want to have air sex. There's no toss up. There's no decision being made.
There's no diet sex.
There's no-
like Diet Coke.
It's sex.
All right,
Air
we're on to issue number 4. Well, guys, move on. One asked to strap on. Carpenter Bo Thompson has invented a strap-on condom for those too drunk to put on a regular one. I believe we have a picture of that there. Called the Census Sheet, it comes complete with a quickie pull-on strap. Thompson says he got the idea one dark night when he couldn't see what he was doing and had trouble putting one on. He claims he sold a couple million of them in the United States and now plans to expand, no pun intended, into Europe. For a demonstration, we turn to Poncho the Wiener Dog. PND, what have you got for us?
Poncho? Poncho,
Bubba, are you stuck?
what happened?
Are you stuck? What were you doing? What were you doing?
I can't believe he crawled in my sweater.
I heard him whining. Alright, let's get you out of there, Bubba.
Just to let you guys know, it took 30 minutes to get Poncho out of that sweater. But anyways, I didn't see any straps for that.
How
But
big is that chick's arm? There's a whole mammal inside her arm of her sweater.
it's a Wiener Dog. It's a small dog.
With room to wag its
It's
tail.
still a dog. Tree trunks coming out of her shoulders.
All right, I don't know, but all right, let's see here. Who am I going to send the first question to? Let's see, where are my questions here? Oh my gosh, I think I lost my questions. Oh well, I'll have to wing it. All right, James.
I think we can probably handle this.
Can you handle this one?
Yeah,
Apparently not if you have to have straps to put a
Exactly. I mean, really,
prophylactic on.
are you really that drunk? And if so, you really shouldn't be there with any kind of
No, James,
condom.
but
or
you need to
whatever.
worry. You need to worry about this because think of this: if something like this was available when your dad met your mom, you might not be here.
Oh, that's true. That's very
you
true.
might not be here. So I think
yeah.
we need to have a James Ill
But there's
protection.
Hey, but there's there's a large contingency of people that contingent of people that would rather have that actually.
No, see, here's the interesting part. What happens if you go to put that Jabberwocky on there and you find that the string that attaches it is larger than your Johnson?
Ah, well.
How sad could you be? Like if the pull string is larger than the actual unit it's going onto.
I'm not sure, Scott. How did you feel?
I haven't used it. I don't believe in all those fancy methods. You kidding me?
Well, anyway, I don't think it's really designed for drunk people, Jim, by the way. I think it's designed for idiots.
Okay.
And it's just marketed to drunks.
Teresa, good idea or bad idea?
I think it was made with good intentions, but I don't think drunk people have ever had a reputation for being too good with straps. So I don't see it ever being too effective.
How many drunk people hang out with straps?
Yeah.
What is the drunk?
I don't think they're good with that. You know what I'm saying?
Those
Like
straps.
Oh, gotcha.
Tying knots.
like tying knots and
Really?
stuff. I don't think they're
No, this is when we have
they're
to
not
explain
that good
it,
at that.
Oh, I
Frankie,
see.
what-
Well,
good idea or bad
one
idea?
thing I was thinking is if the guy is drunk, it's been my experience that they don't normally get a hard on anyway, so you're not going to have any sex. So what's don't market it to drunk guys.
So in other words, that strategy was very short-lived for you. Find the drunk guy.
Short-lived.
Yeah, find the drunk guy. Find the drunk guy. Get him to do what you want. Yeah, really. And then like.
So what you're saying is that drunk sex lacks a massive amount of
you
hard
guys-
evidence, right?
You guys saw the picture of the condom in question.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
You saw
yeah.
how the straps were
The
in
straps.
relation to the condom.
To
It
the
almost
condom.
looked like a chin strap on a helmet, right?
Yeah.
So how does that tie on?
I don't
No,
think
I
it
don't know.
ties
This is-
on.
no, see,
I
no.
think it's
Ties.
just.
I think it's just. I just think
It's
it's
just
that
handles.
it's easier just to. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a landing device.
To do a thrusting. Yeah, just the thrusting. You take the thrusting motion over the member.
Not landing, loading.
thrusting.
Loading. Oh,
thrusting motion over the member. That's what
right,
you're going for.
exactly.
Thrusting motion. That's all you gotta say in the instruction booklet. Thrusting motion over the member.
So it's really not a strap-on, just like condom with handles.
I
That's
could be a technical
exactly
writer.
right.
Hey, call me. I'll technical write for you. Thrusting over the member.
There you go. Absolutely. I think that's really a good
Would you give it
idea.
another name besides the census sheath? I'll throw it out.
Oh
to you.
yeah.
Can you think of one? Can you think of one?
That's something
Well,
to do
no,
with
you-
dexterity.
Personally, what I would
Um,
say is that if you cannot use a regular condom, you are this because you are dumb and need to be hit in the forehead with a tack hammer.
I'm thinking glad handles. But anyways.
Glad hammer?
Glad handles.
All right.
Love handles. Ooh.
Oh, there you go.
Cha-ching.
Oh,
Love handles.
all right, gotta get out. So, buckshot or solid slugs? Which is better to hunt live humans? Scott Birch will tell us about a fascinating new extreme sport developing in Russia and how he plans to bring it to America after the next break. All right, we're back from our next break. We are on the Build a Joke segment. Again, this is where we build jokes based on some random topics selected at random by the floor director. I have in my hands 3 envelopes, number 1, 2, and 3, each with a different word in it that we will build jokes off of. Madam Floor Director, pick a number between 1 and 3, please.
Number 3.
Alrighty, number 3. Ooh, I like this one. Tonight's topic is sexy.
Okay.
So I guess since it's my show, I have to start you guys off.
Please.
You know you're too sexy if the church decides to amend the 10 Commandments to "Thou shalt not commit adultery unless it's with you because you're totally hot."
Okay.
You have a shot with that. If they have a shot
sexy.
with you, you just got to take it.
Let's see.
Okay. All right. So, you guys
I'm just like drawing a blank.
drawing a blank.
Sorry.
For what?
Well, no, that's right.
Too sexy.
Well, you know you're too sexy.
You
you
know
don't
you're
have to
too
draw a
sexy
blank.
if you don't draw
There
blanks.
you go.
You're too
Every
sexy if
time.
you don't shoot blanks.
Yay!
Ah.
Absolutely.
Well,
Let's
is
see,
it just is it the performance that makes you sexy, or just the image the perception of it that makes you sexy?
Well, no, but now you're talking about two different things. Sometimes Sometimes a woman that might be built for speed, and you're looking for a woman built for comfort. Sometimes things are different to the eye as opposed to the touch. Things that are soft, they're kind of nice, but sometimes you don't want to grab onto chiseled steel. You know what I mean? So it's a balancing act. You're trying to reach the sweetness, the sweet spot between visually appealing and tactily appealing.
Okay.
Ooh, that middle ground.
He left the smell out. But anyway.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. I assume I've stumped you all. Do you guys have anything down there at the other end of the table?
God.
Sometimes I'm too sexy for my shirt.
Ooh.
Nice.
Wait a minute. Now, do you know
The song. You guys know the
said
song,
Fred.
right?
Okay, so she's not too young.
Oh, that came out when you were like 3, right? That's right.
No. That was the inspiration for her parents. To
Oh,
make
that's right. Her parents conceived of that song. There you go.
Oh, I guess. Yeah.
All right.
So you're
We play it every birthday. I get that song.
So your parents refer to you as that little gift from the Right Said Fred concert?
Yeah.
No, I was just curious.
In the backseat of the Saturn.
Who?
In the backseat of the Saturn.
Oh my God, I had one of those.
She had the first one.
I did.
Yeah, the
I was
first
6 months old. I bought a Saturn.
It was a wagon.
I was not sexy in
covered
that
wagon.
car.
was the
Wait,
first
you said you
one.
were 6 months old when you bought a
No,
Saturn?
Saturn was 6 months old.
Oh, at first I thought I said Teresa
Oh,
was
no.
6 months old when you bought the Saturn.
She might have been.
Is there
Do you
a blood
remember
relation
Saturn?
we're not aware of over here?
Oh, yeah, really. Oh my gosh.
James,
You mean
got
the
one?
car?
Let's
let's
see. You might be too sexy. You might be too sexy if Secret Service comes to you and says they found your photograph in Bin Laden's house.
Ooh, well, no, that's just a goat.
That was the goat.
That was
Go.
goat.
Oh.
Well, you're out there in the hills.
Yeah,
I mean, the only other people around you are your fellow Al Qaeda members and goats. So either you go gay or you go goat. So, right?
Well, they found porn there.
They found porn. That's
And
right.
a couple of wives.
You can find porn anywhere.
You can find porn. Yeah, you can
I
find
say, if you dig deep enough, you're like, oh, look at this. There's a porn clip from friggin',
Really?
1800
Oh.
BC.
On the walls in caves
Oh.
now, there's porn.
You know you're too sexy if just the picture of you without any makeup on or just out of bed is porn in and of itself.
You know you're sexy when people still want to do you when you're throwing up.
Ooh,
Oh,
yuck.
Yeah, but in prison, lots of things happen.
while you're throwing up.
No, James, why don't you tell us? Why don't you tell us, James, about your time in prison? Did you call home and be like, oh my God, Mom, guess what? I'm somebody's I'm so sorry.
Or you call from the prison. Did they repeal Prop 8 yet? Did they repeal Prop 8 yet?
Yeah.
I
Well,
want to get married.
well, yeah, but James' favorite part about his little search when he went into jail is that he loved the fact that both the doctor's hands were on his shoulders. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, with that, we reached the end of our show. Great one, Scott. All
That's too
right,
sexy.
thank you for doing the show. All right, we'd like to thank our panelists. Teresa, awesome. James, great again, as always. Frankie is sublime, as always. And Scott, what's with the smell, man? The smell. All right, thank you for the crew. Later.